This is a lesson 11, part 2, page 257, and we're at the top of that. It says drag the control timeline magnification slider to the right at the bottom of the timeline panel to zoom in on the timeline. You want to be able to see the thumbnail of each clip with enough detail in the timeline ruler so that you can accurately change the duration of each clip. So we're going to come down here and we're going to expand this a little bit, and you can see each video clip or picture clip. Drag the right edge of clip 1 family to 3 seconds on the time ruler. Photoshop displays the end point and the duration as you drag so you can find the right stopping point. Right here, we're going to go to 3 seconds. Drag the right edge of the second clip to Bite Ride to the duration of 3 seconds. Step 4, repeat step 3 for each of the remaining clips so that each has a duration of 3 seconds. Select the 1_family layer in the Layers panel. The clip is also selected in the thumbnail. See right here, it's also selected. Click the triangle in the upper right corner of the Family 1 clip in the Timeline panel to open the Motion panel. We're going to turn the page. We are on page 258 at the top on number 7. Choose Pan and Zoom from the menu. Make sure Resize to Fill Canvas is selected, which it is. Then click an empty area of the Timeline panel to close the Motion panel. It doesn't look like it's changed much, but if we take our position, we move it over a little bit, you can see that the picture has actually changed. And I'll leave it right on top of here so you guys can see. So open the Motion panel from the 1_family clip again and choose No Motion from the menu. So click on here. We'll go to No Motion. Click an empty area of the Timeline panel to close the Motion panel. Choose File Save. And click OK if you get a dialog box that comes up. Okay, click the Video pop-up menu in the Video Group 1 track and choose New Video Group. Photoshop adds Video Group 2 to the Timeline panel. Select the horizontal type tool and click on the left edge of the image, about halfway down from the top. Photoshop creates a new type layer named Layer 1 in the Video Group 2 track. In the Options bar, select a sans serif font such as Merid Pro. Set the type size to 600 points. So I already have Merid Pro on here. And then the type size should be 600 points, which you're going to need to type in. And select white for the type color. Type Beach Day in all caps. I'm going to just turn my caps lock on. It's okay if it's off. Oh, it looks like my caps lock was already on. Okay, Beach Day, and then click the check mark button to commit the new text to the layer. In the Layers panel, change the opacity of Beach Day to 25%. I'll just highlight it and type 25. Let's grab that Move tool. I'm going to move it around. I need to select the D and make that caps. I can see right here that's what was wrong, was my day was off. I'm going to edit, undo typing. There we go. And the Layers panel change, okay, so we already changed the opacity on page 259 at the bottom, number 6. In the Timeline panel, drag the end point of the type layer to 3 seconds so that it has the same duration as the family one. Okay, so we've clicked the arrow next to the thumbnail in the Beach Day clip to display the clip's attribute, and make sure the playhead is at the beginning of the timeline ruler. So here's your playhead. We'll go to the very beginning and make sure it's over here at the beginning. Click the stopwatch icon next to the transform property to set the initial keyframe for the layer. So we're going to click the little stopwatch. The keyframe appears as a yellow diamond in the timeline. Select the Move tool and use it to drag the type layer over the canvas so that the tops of each letter are slightly clipped at the edge of the canvas. Which I did this earlier. You can move it down a little bit or move it up. But we just want the top to be clipped off. Drag it to the right so that only the left edge of the B in the word beach is visible on the canvas. All the way over to here. The keyframe you set in step 9 ensures that the text will be in the position at the beginning of the movie. Move the playhead to the last frame of the clip. So the book wants you to have this playhead at about 2 minutes and 29 seconds. So I'm looking at this time right here in the bottom as I'm dragging the playhead. Press the Shift key as you drag the type layer to the left over the canvas so that only the Y in the word day is visible. Pressing the Shift key ensures that the type remains level as you move it across. Because you've changed the position, Photoshop creates a new keyframe. Click the triangle next to the thumbnail of the clip to close the clip's attribute. And then choose File, Save your work. We're at the top of page 261, number 1. Select the 3_ dog at the beach layer in the Layers panel. In the Timeline panel, move the playhead at the beginning of the 3_ at the beach dog at the beach layer so you can see the effect as you apply it. In the Adjustments panel, click the black and white button. It doesn't, okay, here's my Adjustments panel, and then we need to find black and white. Here we go. In the Property panel, leave the default presets and select Tint. The default tint color creates a sepia effect that works well for this clip. You can experiment with the sliders and tint the color to modify your black and white effect to your taste. So we can change the color a little bit. Looks like we're playing with... Okay. Move the playhead across the 3_ dog at the beach clip in the Timeline panel to preview the effect. Okay, so page 261, number 1 at the bottom, animating a zoom effect. Move the playhead to the beginning of 4_ dog clip in the Timeline panel. Which I think is here. Yeah. And they want us to go to about 9 seconds, which will be about right here. Once again, as I'm changing it, I'm looking at the second mark over here. Click the arrow at the top right corner of 4_ dog clip to display the motion panel. Choose Zoom from the pop-up menu. Zoom in. They want us to choose Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay. Zoom in from the Zoom menu. On the Zoom From grid, select the upper left corner to zoom in from that point. Make sure Resize to Fit Canvas is selected. And then click an empty area of the Timeline panel to close the motion. Okay, so we're over on page 262. And I will stop the video at this point. We'll move on